Hello students, this is Mrs. Shruti S. Kulkarni, lecturer, Department of Commerce, KLS, Gupte PU College, Belagavi. Accounting for not-for-profit organization. Students, in the previous year, we have learnt accounting treatment for business concerns. But along with business concerns, we also come across some organizations which work for the welfare of the society. Such organizations are known as not-for-profit organization. In this topic, we are going to study the accounting procedure for not-for-profit organization. The total marks allotted are 1 mark 1 question, 2 mark 1 question and 12 marks 1 question. We also get one practical oriented question for 5 marks. Now, let's see what are not-for-profit organizations. Not-for-profit organizations refer to those which are formed to render services and are set up as charitable institutions which function without any profit motive. For example, hospitals, temples, sports clubs, educational institutions, etc. Not-for-profit organizations maintain certain accounting records, namely cash book to record cash receipts and cash payments, ledger to maintain the records of incomes, expenses, assets and liabilities, stock register to keep the records of fixed assets and consumables. The main financial statements of NPOs are receipts and payments account, income and expense account, finally the balance sheet. These three statements are prepared at the end of the year, hence called as financial statements of not-for-profit organizations. Let's see what is receipts and payments account. Receipts and payments account is a summary of cash and bank transactions under various heads. It is prepared by NPOs at the end of the accounting year on the basis of cash receipts and cash payments recorded in the cash book. The main features of receipts and payments account. First, it is a summary of cash book which is similar to cash book, showing receipts on the debit side and payments on the credit side. It shows the total amount of cash received and cash paid during the year, irrespective of the period to which they pertain. Whatever actual cash is received, whether it is pertaining to the last year or the next year, whatever actual received is done or actual paid is done is to be recorded in this receipts and payments account. It includes capital as well as revenue receipts. It does not distinguish between capital or revenue receipts or revenue expenses or capital expenses. It begins with opening balance of cash and ends with closing balance of cash. Newly started NPOs do not have any opening balance of cash. This is the format of receipts and payments account. We can see the format is very similar to that of a cash book. On the debit side, we are having the receipts, and on the credit side, we are having the payments. Receipt sides includes opening balance of cash as well as bank. Then we are having subscriptions, donations, entrance fees, sale of old newspapers, grant in aids, legacies, life membership fees, interest on deposits, to interest on investments, dividend, specific fund, sale of investment, sale of fixed assets, locker rent, proceeds from charity show, miscellaneous receipts. Similarly, on the payment side, we have wages and salaries, rent and rates, insurance, printing and stationery, postage and courier, telephone charges, electricity charges, advertisement charges, entertainment expenses, audit fees, honorarium, repairs and renewals, upkeep of ground, conveyance, purchase of assets, tournament expenses, sundry expenses, and lastly ends with closing balance of cash or bank. Now, when we are preparing receipts and payments, we should remember that non-cash items like outstanding expenses or outstanding incomes, depreciation, etc. are not to be shown in this account. The second statement we are preparing is income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account is an account showing incomes and expenses pertaining to the current year. It is prepared by NPOs to know the profit or loss earned during the year. It is similar to profit and loss account as in case of trading concerns. Only current year expenses, whether paid or received in advance, are to be considered when we prepare income and expense account. The main features of income and expenditure account: it is a summary of incomes and expenses for the accounting year. It is similar to profit and loss account of business concerns. It includes only revenue expenses and revenue incomes of the current year. Non-cash items like depreciation and outstanding expense or incomes of the current year are recorded in this account. Even prepaid or received in advance are considered and adjusted to the respective items. Now, the format of income and expense account. It is just similar to profit and loss account of a trading concern. We can see on the debit side we are having all the expenses and credit side all the incomes. Now the expenses are on the debit side wages and salaries. For this we have to take the opening balance which is given in the receipts and payments account. Then go to the adjustments to see whether any outstanding current year expenses are existing. If it is there, add such expense to wages and salaries or the respective expense. Similarly, if there is any advance which is received in the previous year, such advance is to be added to the current year expense or income as it is the income expense of the current year. Next, there is outstanding expenses which we have received, which were outstanding for the last year, but it is received in the current year. Such expenses are pertaining to the last year. not the current year. So such expense outstanding has to be deducted, and if any advance is paid for the next year, even such expense will be treated as expense of next year. So it has to be deducted from the current year. The resultant figure will now give us the exact expense that have been made for the current year. Similarly, we are having rent, rates and taxes, insurance, printing and stationery, postage, telephone expenses, electricity charges, audit fees, upkeep of ground, repairs, advertising, honorarium, subscriptions to newspapers, tournament expenses, depreciation, loss on sale of assets, sundry expenses, etc. And the difference between expense and incomes will be given the surplus. If incomes are more than the expenses, it is treated as surplus, which is known as profit. Now coming to the income side. On the income side, we are having by subscriptions. Subscriptions are membership fees which are received from the members of the clubs. It is the main source of income for not-for-profit organization. Such subscriptions, whatever is given in the receipts and payments account, is to be taken. To this, any outstanding subscriptions for current year has to be added. We should also add advance received in the last year as subscriptions to the current year because it pertains to this year. Then the outstanding subscriptions which we have received from the last year, or the advance which we have paid or received from for the next year, all such outstanding and advance received have to be deducted. Only the amount which is pertaining to current year outstanding or advance received has to be taken into consideration. The resultant figures gives the net amount of subscriptions received for the current year. Now we are having certain incomes which may be capitalized, or sometimes it is treated as revenue. Sometimes partial or full it may be capitalized, sometimes it may be partial. So donations, entrance fees, only the revenue portion, if it is given, has to be taken. Next, interest on investments, interest on deposits, dividend, grant in aid, profit on sale of asset, sale of sports materials, locker rent, drama proceeds, miscellaneous expenses, sale of old newspapers, etc. will be taken on the income side of the receipts and income and expenditure account. Income and expenditure account. The difference between the two will be treated as deficit. The next part we'll see, we'll see the next part, how to prepare, the steps to be followed, everything in the coming videos. Thank you.